Welcome to the Call to Farms podcast. I'm your host, Tim Ing, the homesteading agent, joined by my lovely wife, Sophie.
Hey friends, this is Sophie, Sprinkle with Soil, and the homesteading lender.
All right, end of the month, so it is time for our October housing market and homestead update.
Okay, so very exciting news this month. Existing home sales ticked up in September. It's the fastest pace since February. And so inventory improved year over year, but remains below pre-pandemic levels. What is very interesting is inflation ran at approximately 3% year over year in September. And what we know about mortgage rates is Jerome Powell went on today. Today is October 29th, 2025. And luckily, I have already locked my clients for the refinances yesterday because for the last 5 rate cut announcements that the Fed has made, rates have always gone up in the last 5. If you have already locked, you are good to go. There is an end of the month promo that expires October 31st, where I know I will get the lowest rates for at least the next couple of months. So if you are thinking about refinancing, now is the time to do it before the 31st. So that's why we're hopping on. So currently, I am personally licensed in Washington, California, Tennessee, Florida, and North Carolina. And in the next month, so starting in November, I'm expanding to Kentucky, Georgia, Colorado, Virginia, South Carolina, Louisiana, and Texas. In 2026, we are going to be expanding to all 50 states to take care of all of your home financing needs in either purchasing or refinancing. So we're very excited to announce that. What this means is if you have family or friends relocating, we can now help in far more markets. Just confirm your state, let us know, and we will take care of you.
Housing market is hot. Summertime, it was like crickets, but now in the past month or so, it's been super busy. Your phone has been off the hook of people calling for refis. But I've also had people reach out to me. I have a new listing in Rogersville, which is on 12 acres. I also have people reaching out to me on social media. So it's been super exciting. They want me to list their property. I'm like, where are you even located? And hey, you already have a contract and you already have a listing with another agent. I can't do that. Okay. But I'm very honored that you reached out to me. So there are a lot of people that are reaching out to me that are listing. There are people who are buying and they've been looking and they've been sitting on the sidelines for the past year at least. And they're reaching out to me and they're finally making the trek out here from all over the country. I've got a couple that's coming from Colorado, but from other states as well. And it is an exciting time because land continues to go up in value over time. This is advice I gave to one of my clients just today as well, because they're seeing the prices and they're saying, Tim, is there going to be any let up here? And I said, what we've seen consistently every single year is that the value of land continues to rise steadily. So if you needed something to hedge your bets against the stock market, it's actually owning land. But I know the interest rates can fluctuate, and that's Sophie's realm right there. But the one thing's for sure is that if you can find that right piece of property, that land, and all of my clients, and I'm saying all of them, are very particular on what they want because they know what they want. Okay. And that's a good thing. If you can actually find it or find property that checks off 75 to 80% of those blocks, put in an offer. Okay. Now is a great time to buy. I sound like a realtor saying now's a good time to buy. Now is not a great time to sell, but now is definitely a great time to buy. So even if you're a first time home buyer and you're a little scared about the whole process and nervous, I'll walk you through it. But this is the time because if you don't get in on it right now, you're going to regret it.
Yeah. Prices of homes is going to continue to rise too. So as rates drop, potentially, the more that they drop, the more bidding wars that you're going to have for that particular property. But I did want to go back to it because I thought I heard you on a conversation today where the seller was not happy with her agent. And all she had to do was go back and talk to her, figure out when the end of the contract was. But if you are a seller selling your property and you don't think your agent is doing a good enough job for you, you can get out of it. No agent should keep you bound to that. And that is something that you do yourself.
I will say that I'm not advocating, I'm not poaching anybody's client here. And in that particular case, I told them to check, and they checked with their agent. So they have to wait till the end of the year. Now it's only a couple more months. That's 2 more months on the market. And once she mentioned to the agent, her agent got nasty with her and handcuffed her to the contract, or else was going to charge her, threaten to charge her large sums of money. Now, I don't do business that way. If you don't want to work with me, it's a two-way street, then please, I'm not going to handcuff my clients who are unhappy. And I don't really have any clients whatsoever who are unhappy, but I'm just giving you as an example. So agents who are doing that right now is because they're desperate. They need the business, and that is not the right way to do business.
I didn't know that's how that ended. The conversation that I heard was that you were going to go tell her to talk to her agent.
Yep.
But I can't, I'm sorry. Okay. So I that is really sad for me to hear that there are people out there. And I think this is the reason why we do what we do in real estate and in lending, because there are a lot of pompous people as lenders, which is why I continue to do what I do, because I like to explain it as if I'm hearing it for the first time. And I would appreciate if people would just break down what my monthly payments are going to be. What are the costs? What are the fees? What are some things? Like, I don't hide anything. I have clients who in the past have sent me their loan estimates from other lenders, and I will show you exactly where they are hiding the fees, because we as lenders, as wholesale mortgage brokers, at least, I have extremely competitive pricing. We all work off of the same pricing sheet every single day. So if someone says you have a no cost loan, a no fee loan, in fact, a lot of my clients in the last several months have been texting me pictures of what other lenders are doing. They have been paying for the list of my clients. They have been paying for a print ad, paying for the envelope, paying for shipping, only to have my clients take a picture of it and reach out to me to do their refinance. So I want to thank my clients for the loyalty, but I also appreciate the fact that, and I also understand that there is very little loyalty in lending. And that is because at the end of the day, people want to just know that they're going to be taken care of. And unfortunately, in the business, whether you're working with a real estate agent or working with a real estate lender, there have been a lot of bad apples, and it's hard to find somebody that you trust. We are very no pressure. If you want to have us run through numbers or scenario with you, we're happy to do that on a quick phone call.
Yeah.
And we're available for that. But just know that we will be very straightforward with you and let you know and be very transparent with where the fees are, what to expect, because 100% of our business is through referrals. And that is how we would love to keep it. And in order for us to do a great job, for you to send us a referral, we just have to make sure that you're taken care of. And on the lending side, I get a lot of questions around how much does it cost to work with you? It costs you zero to work with me as a lender for you, because I am a wholesale mortgage broker. So I work with 150 different banks and lenders that will sift through your scenario to get the best rate and the best deal. I don't get paid till you close at the end and the bank pays me. So there is zero cost and zero fees for you to work with me.
Yeah, technically, I can't say that about myself too, because that's how a bunch of realtors got in trouble with NAR. So there is a fee working with me, but I oftentimes get the seller to help cover that fee. Now, what Sophie just touched on right here, that really irks us, because in the real estate world, there are so many agents and lenders out there, and they don't treat people very kindly. They just go after that buck. And if you've worked with us, you'll understand that we provide you with options. And heck, Sophie doesn't even run your credit right off the bat, but most banks will, because they feel like if they can run the credit, then they got you locked in a little bit there because they did a hard pull. Now, for us as agents, it's been a rough business. 2025 was unkind to realtors. So if they're still in the business, they are tough. And so every dollar counts, which is why it didn't surprise me that a future client was locked into her contract because that agent was desperate. So we do business the right way. We know that real estate and the home or the property or the land could be your single greatest asset. People have saved their whole lives for this very moment to own something that they can call their own. And we don't take this lightly at all.
Yeah. So if you are looking to refinance, if you're in a home looking to refinance, if you bought in the last 3 years or so, now is the time. to finish up the refinance. Again, you are able to do that if you bought in the last 3 years because rates have been so high. You did a great thing. You bought 3 years ago when rates were above 7.5%. But now you can sit pretty. You've invested all that time, that money into your home. You can call it your own. And now what we call is you're dating the rate. So now it's time to get your refinance in. If you have a scenario you want me to run, definitely reach out to me before the 31st. We have to just get your file locked in by the 31st, and then we are good to go.
We constantly, every single day, get inquiries from people who want to homestead or who want to purchase property or who want to sell their property in multiple different states. And we want to be able to take care of everyone.
And we work with investors as well and commercial properties. So if you are looking to, I'm actually working on a commercial refinance right now in the Great Smoky Mountains area. They are pulling out their funds to purchase a primary property and some land. So it's a beautiful thing if you are in a position. And we also have a network with other realtors that we could network and partner with you as you are looking for your homestead property or looking for your home property. We say homestead property, but you really could do a lot on your condo balcony or a quarter acre. We grew all of our vegetables and some for the community on a quarter acre piece of property in the Bay Area. So you can do quite a bit there. So with that being said, if you are looking to do anything with home financing or purchasing, let us know.
So be sure, I'm going to put this episode up tonight. This is off schedule here, but because we want to make sure you take advantage of the special deal that Sophie has going on right now. So I will be putting this up this evening. If you have any questions whatsoever, please feel free to reach out to us.
Let's give a quick update on what's going on in the homestead now that we are at the end of October. We're actually in the process of shutting down the farm. We work full time and we farm part time. And so though we have an 8-month window where we go at it really hard on the farm to make sure that we can rest over the winter time where it's getting really cold now. Our weather it's been dropping into the low 30s, not yet freezing temperatures, but it is getting there. And so with that being said, we've already started to wean and dry off our cows. We are going to be harvesting our sheep. We're going to be harvesting all of our chickens or at least getting rid of our chickens so that we can redo the chicken coop that we had when we first moved in here. There are definitely areas of improvement that we would like to make our lives easier come springtime.
Yep. It never ends. Even if you are slowing down, there are still things that you can do because we're slowing down in terms of reducing the livestock footprint, but that also enables us to have time to help improve on infrastructure on the land. So it's always something we got to do, but that's keeps it interesting. That's why we wouldn't have it any other way.
Yeah. I have so much more I want to talk about, but we'll just save it for the next update because we really want to get this up tonight.
All right.
And so, yeah, it'll be exciting. There's so many things I want to share about our pottery where we've already fired our first fire on the bisque and the glaze. So we've already got real products out now. We've got commissioned orders from another Chelsea Green author on her cookbook. And so it's just really exciting and in time for the holidays. So we will save that for the next update.
Yeah. Hope you guys are staying warm wherever you're at and that you are staying healthy. But until next time, have a great evening.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.